profile on my deck. I spent about 1.5 years on this one. So it's Burning Abyss Shaddoll. For a while, I was running around a bunch of different variants. I ran a slash draw variant that was 60 cards for a while that could U-link. That was pretty funny, but I ended up just dropping it to make it more consistent. And slash draw went to 1. So if you want to jump into the deck profile, we can get ready to rock.
All right, let's do it.
So deck on the new ban list basically got a few buffs. So tour guide went to Dose, which is pretty much a staple in this deck. It's just an instant Cherubini or Dante. Summon it, plop out the Graph, then you can just plop out a Seer. You run 2, you run 3 Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Protects all your fiends from blowing up, so you're able to have your Burning Abyss on the board with other creatures without them destroying themselves. And then 3 Gallus. Gallus is another free special summon. It can also trigger your graveyard effects. You can burn your opponent for life, 200 per each level. And then for the actual Burning Abyss lineup, you're going to run 3 Farfa. Farfa is a way to just out everything. If you need to just run into an opponent, they have a tricky card that's annoying. At the moment it hits grave, it just banishes it until the end phase. 3 Skarm. Skarm's your searcher. It'll get you whatever you really need. Typically when you send Skarm, you're going to end up searching the tour guide at the end. Sometimes it'll grab a Farfa, sometimes it'll grab Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Whichever. You're going to run 1 Graph, since he's only at 1 Seer, since he's also at 1. You're going to run Libic. Libic special summons from hand when he goes to grave in case you need to get an extra monster on board. Seer will special summon from graveyard for the summon Dante. Seer Loop is the most common. Dante goes to grave, you add the Seer back. Seer special summons the Dante. Graph special summons Burning Abyss from the deck, so you're typically going to special summon a Seer out off of him. He's basically a starter. Calcab, he bounces a set. 1 Calcab, he bounces a set spell or trap card. You're going to run 1 Barbar. Barbar, when he hits grave, you can banish 3 Burning Abyss with different names to deal 300 points of damage per, so you can go up to. He's also a 1700 attacker, so with Cherubini, if you pitch him, he can make him 22 to run over things as well. And that's the Burning Abyss lineup. Alright, and then into the Shaddoll lineup, the main deck's pretty small. So you're going to run 2 Shaddoll Falco. He just special summons everything back. So you can get flip effects, you can get back your Windows, you can get back your Construct, your Shikanaga, that sort of thing. And then he also will special summon himself when he's sent, and that way if you can send him off of your Cherubini to protect Cherubini, you get 2 saves off of Cherubini off 1 Falco that way as well. 2 Squamata. Squamata is just a foolish burial for any Shaddoll card, so if you need El Shaddoll Fusion, you need Shaddoll Fusion, or you just want to trigger a beast or any other effect, you can go off from there. Also, a Man-Eater Bug comes up more times than you realize. And then 1 Shaddoll Hedgehog. Hedgehog's level 3 that you can send off of the Cherubini if you need a Shaddoll monster out of your deck, so your Shaddoll Fusions can go live. Also, if you flip summon him, he adds a Shaddoll Fusion spell or trap. And then 1 Beast. Beast just draws you cards. He's pretty much your pot of greed. 1 Dragon as well. The Dragon pops spell or trap cards or bounces cards. And then, aside from, so that's the Shaddoll build. And then, so the other stuff that I run is 1 BLS. Just simply because Dante's a light, Vanity's Ruler is a light, that sort of thing. So you can still drop them, and it's just inherently good. You're going to run 2 Vanity's Ruler, because having your opponent not being able to special summon will basically just win you the game. The same reason why you run 3 Vanity's Fiend. You run 3 Vanity's Fiend versus 2 Vanity's Rulers because he's 1 tribute versus 2. You run 3 Levianeer. 3 Levianeer, just simply for the fact that you're running a pure dark deck and you can special summon more than 1 in a turn. When you banish 3 darks, it rips a card out of your opponent's hand, so they start with less card advantage. I'm going to run 2 Dad, basically as a starter. At the very beginning, you're basically guaranteed 3. So let's say you go Tour Guide into a Graph, then you link them off into the Cherubini, you can special summon your Seer, and then use Cherubini to send your Shaddoll Hedgehog. Boom, you have a free Dad on board. And then into the fusions, 3 Super Poly, because it's Super Poly, really. Super Poly, use it to clear boards, use it to get more damage on board in the battle step, things like that. Also, it interrupts your opponent. So I have Super Volley targets in my deck specifically just for this card alone. And then you're going to run 2 El Shaddoll Fusion. It's just another Shaddoll Fusion, but it's a quick effect, so you can activate it in the battle phase to get more damage on board, trigger more effects. Shaddoll Fusion, the effect of Shaddoll Fusion of just simply if your opponent controls an extra deck monster to send materials from deck is just too good. And so you're just going to end up running 3 no matter what on that guy. And then the last one in the main deck is Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice, just recycle all of your monsters and then drawing 2. It's nice. And then into the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty basic. So surprisingly, I don't run any of the new Shaddoll support just because I haven't found that I needed to. So I run 1 Construct. Construct's basically more of an extender for me, or to get like damage on board or remove a big threat, because the effect that it will just pop a special summon monster instead of doing damage calculation. 2 Winda, because the basis of my deck is basically to lock my opponent out of special summoning. If I go first, that's the main goal. If I go second, I go to try to OTK. And so Winda's effect of not being able to be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, that just inherent self-protection is really good. And the fact that it has the same ruling as Summon Limit, that it remembers the 1 special summon, which is also good. So if you can like Super Poly do it on your opponent's turn after they special summon, she remembers it. And then 1 Shikanaga. She's just big. You can send your Fiendish Rhino Warrior and a Shaddoll, and then Fiendish Rhino Warrior and a Shaddoll will both trigger, so you can continue those effects. And then you can pitch any Shaddoll monster to negate the activation of an effect and destroy a special summon monster. And then Mud Dragon of the Swamp, just because it's super generic. It's any 2 of the same attribute with different types for a Super Poly target to remove threats off board. Predaplant. I can never pronounce this one. Drago Stapula. Just being able to remove fusion monsters. So if you're going into the mirror match, it's really good. 1 fusion and 1 dark. It's simple. Your entire deck is basically dark. So you can just go into your windows, go into your constructs, things like that too. Then the quick effect to just negate their abilities and drop their attack and things like that's nice. And then Starving Fusion Dragon is the most generic 2 dark monsters. And then when he leaves board, so let's say they attack into a Cherubini, and then you can just send off the Starving Dragon, it blows up all special summon monsters. And then for the Burning Abyss lineup, I run 1 Cherubini. He's your starter. The effect, him sending off cost is super helpful. And then, as I said, you can send Headshot because you can send any level 3 with him. If you need to add a Shaddoll monster from deck to hand to make your Shaddoll fusions live. 2 Dante, he's the life and birth of Burning Abyss. He's the reason it's, in my opinion, he's the reason that Burning Abyss is still around, really. The Dante Seer Loops is too good, and the fact that he just also mills off the 3 off of cost just to trigger all your effects. Beatrice, she's a Foolish Burial at quick speed, and then if she's destroyed by your opponent's card effect or battle in your possession, you get a free purple Dante, which the quick effect to discard a card and draw 1 is really good. And then I run Topologic Trisbania, just because back row hate. I don't like back row. I mean, nobody likes back row. So being able to just drop him out, use Cherubini and a Burning Abyss, and then special summon a Burning Abyss to his zone and blow out your opponent's back row, just banish everything is really nice. And then Borolo Dragon, being able to steal things is fun. Being able to drop attack is fun. And then Boral Sword for OTKs. And then if you want to do my sideboard, we can too. And then for my sideboard, it's relatively simple. Dimension Shifter, just because Shaddoll is now one of the bigger decks currently. And so if you draw it going second, first turn, just banishes everything instead. So they don't get their effect triggers and things like that. There's not a lot of
people still playing Dimension Shifter anyway, too.
Yeah. And then Nibiru for combo decks or anything that special summons up to 5 times. It's just a blowout. I run 2 of them. I run 3 Denko Sekka. Going first in the sideboard, it's nice. You can just plop them out and then no back row can really be activated. I can just kind of go in without any real worries. 3 Evenly. Because Evenly matches just, why not run it in your sideboard? You know, you're going second, you get a full board, you blow them out. I run 3 Dark Ruler, no more, in case of combo decks. I just want to be able to negate their wards, get over their stuff. And then probably my favorite tech, and it has surprisingly won me more games than I can count, is Two Witches Strike. With the Solemn package being completely unlimited, and then Salaman, Great Roar, things like that, they activate it on the resolution of any counter trap that negates an activation, just blow their entire board in their hand for free. You win. So.
All right.
But that's my Burning Abyss Shaddoll deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully, maybe even see people start running it. Here at this locals, I've seen pretty much nothing but Shaddoll decks. 98% of the time when I'm running against Shaddoll, I have the upper hand, and I've won. I think I've lost 1 out of 20 to 24 matches. So.
All right, guys, you got it. You heard them. All right, don't play Shaddoll and lock everybody out of special summons. This is RB Stage.